Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
Today's podcast is sponsored by SLI Systems, providers of intelligent site search and navigation solutions. Learn more at sli-systems.com and listen to their interviews at ecommercepodcast.com. Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations, a weekly podcast focusing on e-commerce topics featuring interviews with prominent people in the e-commerce space.
Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations by Practical E-Commerce. I'm Kerry Murdoch. Online retailers are frequently interested in new channels to sell their products. In addition to a merchant's own e-commerce site, he or she can consider, for example, auction sites and comparison shopping sites. And there's also Amazon.com. Amazon competes with many smaller merchants, but it also allows those merchants to list products there as well. The service is called Selling on Amazon, and the executive in charge of it is Sam Wheeler. Mr. Wheeler is Director, Seller Services at Amazon, and he's here with us today. Well, Sam, thank you for your time today.
Well, thank you, Kerry. I'm glad to be here.
Tell us, Sam, what is Selling on Amazon?
That's a great question. Amazon first got into working with sellers back in 1999 when we launched our auction business. We then went on to launch a business called Z-Shops, and both of those were early attempts for us to create relationships with third parties to increase both the selection and diversity of products on our site. We then did a lot of review of those services, and we ended up with a new product that we've had now for many years called Selling on Amazon. It's an easy and lightweight way for individuals and small businesses to take physical products that they have in their shops and put them on Amazon for sale. And Amazon makes it really easy for its customers to find those sellers' products. Our customers then buy those products. Those products, then there's a request to fulfill the order in the inbox of the sellers. The sellers then ship those products to the customers, and then we transfer the money from the sale of the product minus the commission over to the seller. So we keep it really simple, and it seems to be working well for us.
Sam, can any merchant participate with any type of product? You mentioned physical products there. Can our listeners, of course, are smaller e-commerce merchants. Any merchant participate?
Yeah, for the most part, the answer is yes. There are a couple of product categories that we don't support, and we don't support digital downloads, so we don't do MP3s or video files. And then, as you might guess, we don't support the sale of alcohol, tobacco, guns, or live animals. So it is stuff you might typically find in a retail location.
Okay. You mentioned shipping the products. I know that there's a division there with Amazon, Fulfillment by Amazon. Does a merchant need to use the Fulfillment by Amazon division to use the Selling on Amazon service?
Certainly, it's a complementary service that greatly enhances the customer experience. But no, a small business or an individual can get on our site, list their items, and start selling immediately. What we have found is that over time, as a small business begins to grow, or they're looking to accelerate their sales with Amazon, the Fulfillment by Amazon offering is a great thing to explore and test. And we think sellers are really going to like it.
Tell us, Sam, about the money that's involved in terms of what does it cost a merchant to sign up for selling on Amazon, and how much of the selling price, I assume Amazon retains a portion of the selling price. What percentage does Amazon retain?
So that's a great question. In all businesses, it comes down to how much is this going to cost me? And we've tried to make it a really easy to understand equation. There is no cost to get started. As an individual or a small business, you can list an item on our site. That won't cost you anything. When you have success and your item sells, the commissions can range, anywhere from something like 6% if it's a personal computer to as much as 20% if it's, a gourmet food or a jewelry item. But it tends to be in that range, with the most common being 15% for the majority of the categories we support.
What if a merchant has hundreds or thousands of products?
We do have another program, which is a subscription program, which starts at $39.99 a month, and the same commissions apply. There isn't a closing fee associated with that particular program, and it allows you to list an unlimited amount of items.
So a merchant listening to this, they're thinking the cost. We've just addressed the cost. I suspect they're also thinking about the logistics of getting all of the products up on your site, getting images of those products up on the site, adequate descriptions, keeping track of back-end inventory, keeping track of fulfillment. Can you address those items in terms of the logistical items? That are there tools out there? The first thing, are there tools out there to help with all of that?
It's interesting you bring up those topics. As a small business, not only in the e-commerce space do you have to worry about all the things that you just talked about, but then there's a whole litany of other things that don't have anything to do with selling on Amazon. With that in mind, we've tried to really simplify the process so that small businesses can focus on what they do best. So, one, we make it easy to list your items. Amazon has millions of items already on its website, and if you happen to have a product that matches to one of our products, all you need to give us is your price and your inventory, and then how long it'll take for you to ship that item. Typically, we expect it's within 24 hours of you getting that order. So it's a very lightweight way to list your item. Then you mentioned a couple of other things around logistics. Our sense is that most small businesses have the ability to do their own pick, pack, and ship. So when we send them the order, we make it easy. We give them the address of the customer and all the pertinent details in order to fulfill on that particular customer's order. And then at the end, we get a merchant's checking account so that we can seamlessly take the money out of our bank account, do what's called an ACH transfer to their bank account, and they don't have to worry about fraud. They don't have to worry about all of those issues that are associated with, people walking in your store. Is that check going to bounce? Are these things going to get paid for? We have a guarantee that if we send you an order, you're going to get paid for that order.
In the example you just gave, Sam, a merchant is selling a identical product, perhaps to what Amazon is selling. Perhaps there's 20 merchants selling identical products to what Amazon is selling. How do you determine how those products are listed on your site?
So, if you were to go to what we call a product detail page, and you can pick any one of our products, an example might be a book. If you were to go to that page, you would notice that on the right-hand side, we offer, what's the Amazon price, and then we show a couple of other sellers what their price is. And there's another link there that says, see more sellers with this product. You click on that, and we've ranked it based on what the all-in price is going to be. So the lowest price, including shipping, appears first, and then it goes down the list. But as you might guess, there are people who want new or they want used. They might want a different condition type. They might want a collectible. So we've created a lot of flexibility for shoppers, but we typically default to the lowest all-in price inclusive of shipping.
Sam, our listeners again are e-commerce, mainly smaller e-commerce merchants. Anything else on your mind today for them as it relates to selling on Amazon or other Amazon products?
You know, I'd like your listeners to understand that we've been in this business for a long time, and a large amount of our success is predicated upon our ability to build good partnerships with small businesses in a win-win opportunity. So our goal is to continue to create opportunities for individuals and small businesses to make money in a very transparent way so they know exactly what our expectations are. And if they live up to those expectations and our customers' expectations, there's an opportunity to make money. And I think in America, that's all you can ask for is a chance, and that's what we're trying to give folks.
Well, for our listeners, of course, the site is Amazon.com, as they all know. And Sam Wheeler, Director, Seller Services for Amazon Services, thank you for your time today, sir.
Thanks very much, and I wish you and your listeners the best of luck in e-commerce.
Thank you, Sam.
That's all the time we have for this week's e-commerce conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tune in next week for another new episode.